Hey, you know how preparing for an English test can be kind of boring? Well, it's not with E2 Language because we have these things called live classes, which are taught by expert teachers. And they happen twice a day, 7 days a week. So if you come along, it's actually like live and there's people in the classroom with you and it's happening and you're being taught. You're not studying by yourself. So it makes it way more fun. In the video that you're about to see, you're going to see a replay of one of our live classes. If you want to join our live classes, then go to e2language.com. You can sign up for free and you can join our sample live classes. Anyway, enjoy.
Hello everybody. Welcome to this free sample class today. My name's Alex from E2 Language. Nice to see you all here. Just type hello in the chat box. It will pop up on your screen. And you can chat with all panelists and attendees. That means everybody can see what you're saying. Hello, everyone. Hi, Prince and Rajni, Vini, Mayuri. Fantastic. Where are you, everyone? I saw someone in Tokyo. I'm here in Melbourne. Pakistan, India, Indonesia, Bangladesh. Fantastic. Azerbaijan. Oh, welcome. Mount Everest. That must be nice. Hello on the Gold Coast. Lucky you. Very nice. All right, so we are here for a very short, sweet reading class. This is only half an hour today, and consider it a taste of a real E2 class. Just check your chat box settings, especially if you're new. There is an arrow on your chat box. When you click it, make sure your chat goes to all panelists and attendees. That means classmates and me as well. We're starting with a quick welcome. We'll do a quick overview of IELTS reading, then some practice today. Q&A. It's going to take 30 minutes. Okay, if you are watching on YouTube, next time join us, e2language.com. Sign up for free. Classes like this one are free. So this is our week ahead, everyone here on Zoom with me. We're in the free sample class and all of this is ahead of us. New member welcome. If you have just joined E2 Language, come to this session. It happens in 2 hours with me. I'll show you all around the platform and answer your questions. Tonight we have our task 1 classes. We have 6 writing classes per week, 3 task 1s, 3 task 2s, and also a grammar class, which is on Friday as well. Rajni, I can see your question there. Could you email hello@e2language.com if you need a link for your appointment? Usually it comes just before your tutorial. Now this week also tomorrow's reading class is free, so be sure to register for that. And Sunday's masterclass is free as well. So we have a couple of freebies. All of the rest are available with the paid membership. Let's talk about IELTS reading, straight into it. All right, hello Dorothy. So how many minutes is the test? How many questions and how many sections? Oh, good luck with your exam this week, Artie. Yeah, nicely done. So it's 60 minutes, general and academic. There are 40 questions and there are always 3 sections. Now it is different, academic reading and general reading. General training, your section 1 is 2 to 3 small texts. This is called social survival. It's things like menus, descriptions of books, sort of stuff you would see just around you in the real world. Section 2 is usually 2 texts and this is workplace focused. So it might be a contract or a workplace policy. And section 3, similar to academic reading, one chunky text on any topic. Academic, you have one big text per section on anything. So you could expect, we don't really know what to expect. It could be anything. We cover lots of those topics in our classes, of course. In terms of question types, when you log into your course and click on the course button and click on reading, whether you're general or academic, you'll see all the different question types: multiple choice, true, false, not given, and practice questions are in there. We've got full practice tests over here in the yellow button. So you can practice everything here. Today we are working on match headings, and I am using a little bit of last week's class. So apologies if you were in that class. We're going to do a couple of questions from Thursday's advanced reading class with Anna, I think it was last week. All right, let's get into it. Arjun, this class is not recorded, but it will be on YouTube. But all the other classes, we record them, and you can find them in the recorded class section. Yes. Okay, headings match. How do you feel about it? Are you confident? You have a good strategy? Tell me where you are now. I directed 50%, a bit confusing. Jay, what are the most common question types? Ask me at the end, I'll go through that. All right, so headings match, I think, yeah, it seems kind of scary, but we have a really, really good strategy here at E2. Some of you already know it, I'm sure. I'm going to show you it today, give you a chance to practice, and then you can review last week's class to try the full text. So today, just a couple of questions. That's good, Mayuri, you follow my strategy. Okay, so let's just look at how it looks in the computer delivered format. Now, I know this is not English, don't worry. This is lorem ipsum text. You don't need to read it yet. Just look at the screen, listen to me. On the left of your screen, you'll have text and numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is computer delivered IELTS, by the way. And on the right, there'll be instructions. The text has 9 sections. Choose the correct heading for each section and move it into the gap. So paper delivered, you know, you use the Roman numerals like I, V, I, all of that. Computer delivered, you pick up the heading and move it into the place. Okay, so our instructions and headings are on the right here. So the question is, should I read the headings first here or the paragraphs first? What do you reckon? Okay, headings first, a few people say paragraph first. Okay. Now, as I always say, you've got to find a strategy that works for you. I'm going to teach you the strategy that works for me every time. Now, I'm going to start with the paragraphs, okay? And the reason I do that, there are many reasons, but one important reason is this list of headings, there are always more headings than paragraphs. So this first heading, it may not match anywhere. So if you start with this heading and start looking for those words, you're going to waste a lot of time. Okay, so I recommend instead start with the first paragraph, read it top to bottom. It's just lorem ipsum text, guys, not English, don't worry. Then you think about the main idea. Just think, what did I read about? What heading would I give to this paragraph? And then step 3, read through the heading one by one. 1, 2, each time thinking, yes, good heading, no, bad heading, or hopefully not, I can't remember. And the key to this strategy is not to go back and forth, round and around. So resist doing this with your eyes, left, right, heading, text, up, down. This is going to waste a lot of time, and the strategy will not work if you go all over the place. This is a strategy built on orderly, organized procedures. So we're kind of going top to bottom like that. This language is called lorem ipsum. It's just a placeholder dummy text. Sorry, guys. I know it upsets everyone when I put it there. Okay, so let's practice. Now, by the way, in every live class, you should have a pen and paper next to you. And the reason is to note down vocabulary. So during the session, hopefully you will see some new words or some unfamiliar words, and you're going to write them down. during the session. So if you see a word you don't know, just write it down. And then after the class is your chance to look it up and find the meaning. Okay, don't worry, we're going to see English now. All right, so let's read the first section together in English. And by the way, the full text and all of the questions, so headings match and other questions, are in the reading class from September 17th. So in your recorded class section, you can watch the full thing. We're just doing a couple of questions here. All right, let's read. Okay, so read along with me. The World Bank estimates that we will need to produce about 50% more food by 2050 to feed a population of 9 billion people. And the past 50 years have seen agricultural productivity soar. Corn yields in the US have doubled, for example. But this has come with sharp increases in the use of fertilizers, pesticides, and water, which has brought its own problems. There is also no guarantee that this rate of increase in yields can be maintained. Okay, so when you finished reading, did your eyes just automatically go back to the beginning? Good on you, Dorothy. So for many people, that's a common habit. Just go back and start reading again. And in IELTS reading, you can't do that. You don't have the time to do that. Okay, so it's very normal, but it's a bad habit. You need to notice it. You probably do it in your own language. I definitely do it in my own language all the time. So notice it, break it, read carefully the first time and read only once. Okay, so I was reading, I wasn't paying attention. What was that paragraph about? What can you tell me? Even just a word, if you can remember it. What did we just see? Thank you. Something about the World Bank, soaring production, food, fertilizers. Yeah. Percentage, future. Okay, good. So in the real test, you'd be thinking, what's a good heading for that paragraph? If someone asked you, what was it about? What would you say? Okay. So let's check the headings. And we're going to go through top to bottom here. And as we read, ask yourself, was this mentioned? And also, was it the main point? So we're giving a heading to the paragraph here, not looking for bits of information. Now, this is where strategy is important. Don't jump up and down. Follow me slowly. Number one, was that paragraph about early mistrust of GM? So no, we didn't see anything about GM in this paragraph. Was it about modification is nothing new? I didn't see anything about modification. GM's role in healthcare, again, didn't see GM. Farming in the Middle Ages, something about farming. Was it about the Middle Ages? No, by the way, in the real test, the text is on the screen. I'm just making it extra hard for you. No proof of harm by GM, no. Varying attitudes to GM, no. Technology's role in food output. The Canadian model, did we see something about Canada? And last one, more food production brings more problems. Okay, so let's bring the text back. So ideally, you shouldn't read it again, but because I made it so difficult, I'll give you a few seconds. Make your decision. Looks like universal agreement. Yeah, Maureen, this class was in last week. This text was in last week's reading class. Okay, all did a good job. So it was number 9, more food production brings more problems. So all the other ones were not mentioned. Okay, there wasn't farming in the Middle Ages. It wasn't focusing on technology's role in food output. It talks about more food, more problems. So increase in fertilizers, pesticides, water have brought their own problems, and food has increased. Okay, so it's easy with me, but over to you. I'm going to close the chat box now so you can't see other people's answers. And we're going to start again just by reading the paragraph. Okay, so forget about the headings for the moment. Read top to bottom here. You've got 90 seconds for it. Okay, there we go. So I can see already lots of good ideas coming through. What was the paragraph about? I'll just quickly open the chat box here so you can have a look. So definitely GM is mentioned now. But remember, lots of those headings have the word GM, so we've got to find exactly the right one. We saw the word Middle Ages. Yeah, saw technology. Okay, so let's check our headings. Here they are. So let's just quickly run through it with your memory. Early mistrust of GM, modification is nothing new, GM's role in healthcare, farming in the Middle Ages, no proof of harm by GM, varying attitudes to GM around the world, technology's role in food output, and the Canadian model. Here's our text again. Okay. Quite strong agreement, a few rogues in there. Now, just a word of warning, be careful, beware of just matching vocab or matching up minor points. So for instance, in the text, I saw the expression, the phrase Middle Ages, yes, and in the heading 4, I also saw this word Middle Ages. Okay, the text mentions it, but is the whole paragraph about farming in the Middle Ages? That's the question. Okay, and the other thing I want to mention is when you see this kind of thing, like a word or a name or some like a company name here in the text and here in the headings, your first instinct should be it's wrong. You should expect that it's wrong. It's too easy if you just match word and word. So when you see that, be really, really, really careful. This is a big red flag. Same word here and same word here. And in this case, the whole paragraph is not about farming in the Middle Ages. It's just mentioned. And more important things, new agricultural techniques, just as new agricultural techniques and equipment spurred on, like pushed food production in the Middle Ages, and scientific crop breeding, fertilizer and pesticide did in the Green Revolution, we must rely on the latest technology to boost food production further. And then GM, blah, blah, blah. So this is the right answer. Well done, everyone. Number 7, technology's role in food output. Okay, are there any questions? Anyone want to debate this? If you see a word that you don't know, write it down. That's your job after class to find out what it means.
Hey, are you enjoying this live class replay? Hopefully you are. Remember, if you want to join them live in the moment with expert teachers and all of your peers, then go to e2language.com and sign up for free.
Thank you. And lots of people, I think you're giving the definition of obscure. Why not number 1? Okay, so early mistrust of GM. So you're looking probably down here. GM remains a highly contentious topic of debate where the underlying facts are obscured. Okay, so I can see from this that perhaps people, it's contentious, people agree and disagree, but is that early mistrust? That's one question. And is the whole paragraph about this point as well? So in both cases, no. What's the meaning of Middle Ages? Can someone explain? It's just a period in history, not really important. Okay, any other questions? We've got one more to do together. By together, I mean on your own. All right, all good? So if you go back and look at the reading class with the full text, you'll see how we use this strategy in a real test context. So usually, as you know, it's not just headings match. You're going to have headings match, true, false, not given, and multiple choice with the same text. Okay, so in that class, Anna shows you how to use this strategy, but to deal with lots of different questions at the same time. It's a really, really effective and efficient way to do it. Okay, over to you for paragraph 3. I'm going to close the chat box here. So I can see your answers, but you can't see everybody else's. Here we have paragraph 3, the rest of the headings, and you have 90 seconds. Go for it. Okay. Thank you. So I can see the chat box. It looks like most people, it's about 50-50. So most people are saying either 5 or 6, with a couple of others. Okay, and it is one of those, 5 or 6. Which one? I'm going to open up the chat box so that we can figure it out together. All right, so let's look at number 5, no proof of harm by GM. For those who chose that one, can you tell me why and where? Where does it say no proof of harm? Okay, so I expect you're looking here. GM crops do not damage the environment, but keep reading. GM crops do not damage the environment by nature of their modification. This means they don't damage the environment because of their modification. The next part says it is merely a technology and it is the resulting product that we should be concerned about and regulate just as we would any new product. So it's saying because it's modified doesn't mean it's harmful, but the resulting product, we need to be concerned about that. Okay, so it's not saying, number 5, that this paragraph doesn't say there's no evidence of damage. Doesn't say that. Yes, but you guys who chose 6, this is right. Number 6 is the correct answer. It's in the first line, but then most of the paragraph talks about that. Views differ across the world. Something about the US, widespread opposition in Europe. In Canada, regulation focuses on crops produced in the EU. So there's a lot of contrast in that paragraph. So 6 is the correct answer there. Yeah, and sometimes the answer will come in the first line, but I would always advise read the whole thing because it sometimes can take a turn halfway through. All right, so give yourself a score out of 3. Now, these are just 3 questions. If you go back to Thursday's class, there are about 10 more questions connected to this text in full. Well done, those of you who got 3. Great starts. Okay, I'm going to give you a final challenge here. This is paragraph 1. And I've removed some of the vocab, 5 words, but I've left the first couple of letters. And I want you to use your memory or use your knowledge of vocabulary to fill in the missing words. I'm going to close the chat box, and give you 90 seconds for this. Now think carefully about the endings of your words. Do you need an S? No S? Is it a verb? Is it a noun? Okay, pretty good. Could everyone look at number 4 here? This is the main problem I can see. But this has come with sharp in the use of fertilizers. Now, I'm looking for a noun here, and most of you have got the correct word, but is it singular or plural? This has come with sharp in the use of fertilizers. If it's singular, just one, it should have an article. For example, there was an increase in sales, or there was a dramatic increase, blah, blah, blah. But there is no article, therefore, that's it. Now we've got it. Look for those clues. Don't worry, this is not going to happen in the real test, just for fun today. Here are the answers. The World Bank estimates that we will need to produce about 50% more food to feed a population. Agricultural productivity soar, increased dramatically. Sharp increases, and at the end, a passive modal can be maintained. How do we go? More of a grammar test, this one, I think. Ooh. Arjan says, can we read aloud in the exam hall? Or I wouldn't recommend it because there are other people trying to concentrate. Try to read aloud in your head, if you know what I mean. 4 out of 5. All right, pretty good. Very nice. Okay, surged. Okay. That's all right, but you would take the D off that. Have seen agricultural productivity surge. S-U-R-G-E. Why not increase? Because it could be increased, but you need an article. You could say, but this has come with a sharp increase in the use. So singular or plural. And if you were in the grammar class a few weeks ago, you know that singular nouns need an article or something like my, this. So I can't say I have pen. I have to say I have a pen, or this is my pen, or this pen is red. So it always needs something before it. Don't forget. You could, Rajni, you could say an increase, sorry, but you need an article here. You need to put a sharp increase, and it wasn't there. So complete the full test practice in the advanced reading class from September the 17th. You can find that in your recorded class section down here. So click on that button, just go back to September 17th class from last week and watch the whole thing. If you are a free member and you don't have access to recorded classes, our 2 cheapest ways to get it. One is with the Express membership, $44 gives you 6 months access to the live classes and all the class recordings. And so you can join our daily or twice daily classes here. The other one, the cheap package, is $64, which is Express plus the full mock test. And the full mock test includes face-to-face speaking with your teacher and your writing tasks corrected by us with band estimates and loads of feedback as well. So that's another option. It's a computer delivered IELTS mock test. So if you're taking the computer test, a good way to test your skills. Now, vocab, what did we see today? Yes, Navdeep, all the packages include everything, all the reading, writing, listening, speaking materials. Okay, any vocab you need to look up? Soar, yep, good word. You're going to see that word a lot, I reckon. Merely, estimate, spurred, beautiful, obscured, yes, spurred on, contentious. Yeah, nice. Okay, so those are your words to look up after class. Keep a vocab notebook during every session. These are some that I think may be unfamiliar. Widespread, crops, yields, soar, pesticides, productivity. So after class, look up the meaning, look up the translation, create a simple sentence, and create your own flashcards as well is a good way to learn about it. For more reading help, of course, look at the course materials here, reading and vocab sections. If you want to practice your reading and beyond just doing IELTS tests, use the toolkits as well. So they are these 5 or 6 pages in the vocab section. And each toolkit, as you hopefully know, contains essay topics, sample essay, speaking questions, and this section, which is resources. So all of these are links that take you outside the site to read or listen or watch a video on something related to this topic. And for YouTubers, you can grab a free one by typing !toolkit into the chat. If you're here with me on Zoom, I'll show you where to find it, but Toolkit 1, this one is free for you guys, for everybody. And there are 20 of them if you're a paid member as well. Be sure to register for our reading classes. Tomorrow's reading class is free, and Thursday's one is the advanced class for our paid members. And the recorded classes, you'll find them sitting in here. Here's our schedule one final time. Grab a photo if you like. And as long as your profile is set to your time zone on e2language.com, you'll see all of these classes in your local time, and you can register through the calendar. And that brings us to the end of our super quick class, 30 minutes. Hopefully that was helpful for you, but I'd really recommend, to get the full effect, go back and watch last Thursday's class to work through it with Dr. Anna. I'll stay online for a few minutes if you've got some questions here on Zoom. If you're new to E2, come back in 1.5 hours for our new member welcome, and I'll show you all the stuff around E2 and the packages and feedback and tutorials, all of that good stuff. All right.
Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that replay of our live class. Remember, if you want to join in the live class action, check out e2language.com. You can sign up for free and join our sample live classes. And if you do want to upgrade, then you'll get heaps of live classes. And in fact, you can get unlimited live classes on some of the packages. They will help you enormously, and they make test prep kind of fun. Cool. Cheerio.